Good morning students. Our next topic from this chapter is the principle of movements. So principle of movement, according to that principle, is what? The sum of anti-clockwise movements is equal to the sum of clockwise movement. In our last video we have learned that what is anti-clockwise movement and what is clockwise movement. Right? Your clockwise movements are always taken as negative movements and the anti-clockwise movement taken as positive one. Exactly what happens when, for example, I am taking a pivoted body, right? This body is pivoted over here, right? When several force acts upon this body, on this pivoted body, then what happens? If the one force is acting downward, then what will happen? This will tend to move in the anti-clockwise direction, right? For example, another force is also there, so again it will tend to move in anti-clockwise direction. But if one force is over there, then what will happen? It will tend to move in clockwise direction, right? Now I said these are what? Anti-clockwise movement, and these are what? The clockwise movement. The sum of anti-clockwise movements. Over here we are not calculating only the forces what are acting over here. If I am saying this is 50, this is 20 and this is 40. So just by calculating the force, you cannot tell either this body will move clockwise or anti-clockwise. What you need to calculate? You need to calculate the movement first, right? Because in this your rotation, either it is clockwise or either the rotation is anti-clockwise. It depends some as well as the distances, right? That means you need to calculate the movements first, right? Then only you can tell either the body will rotate in which direction, right? And principle of movement says that if the sum of clockwise movement is equal to the sum of anti-clockwise movement, at that case body will be horizontal, right? Because there will be no any rotation at both your clockwise movement. When it is becoming equal to anti-clock, then what will happen? The body will be the horizontal one. Just like a scale, if I am taking, then scale is of how much? If I am saying up to 100 centimeter it is there, then its body, if it is pivoted at the center, as we know that center of gravity of the scale is what? It's its center, right? That means its whole mass will act at the center. That means if the scale is pivoted at the center, then what will happen? See, the weight, the total weight of the scale will act downward, right? And the distance, this is over here 50, this is over here 50. That means your clockwise movement is becoming equal to the anti-clockwise movement. So in that situation, what will happen? The scale will be at horizontal position. But if instead of 50, if instead of center, if I am taking, the scale is being balanced at, for example, 20, right? Then what will happen? Now scale will rotate in which direction? See over here, its center of gravity is always at the center. That means the whole weight, this weight act at in downward direction, right? Where? At the center. But the body is pivoted over here, then what will happen? As the weight is this side, then what will happen? This scale will rotate in this direction. So the scale will be like this, right? So this is becoming clockwise direction. That means where the weight is acted and at what distance, then only you can say that in which direction the body will rotate, right? So for another, if I take another example, now if I am taking the same scale with a different example. Now if the scale is suspended from the center, right, then what will happen? It will be horizontal, right? But now with the help of spring balance, if I put a weight over here, right, then what will happen? In which direction the scale will rotate? Now as the weight of the body is acting in the center, so initially it was at horizontal position. Initially it was at equilibrium position, but now as this weight one is acting downward at this point, right, then what will happen? This will try to rotate in which direction? In anti-clockwise direction, right? Now to make it horizontal, in which direction I need to put the weight? I need to put the weight in this direction, right? I need to put over here, right? Now how much weight I need to put and what should be the distance to put the weight, that completely depend upon the movement of it, right? If I know this distance and if I know this, right, if I know the anti-clockwise movement, right, so the clockwise to become the equilibrium, the clockwise movement will be same. Now if I know the weight, I can calculate the distance as well. For example, if I say on a seesaw is balanced at the center, right, and over here at the distance of 5 meter from the power point, a person is sitting of the weight of, for example, I am saying it is of 6 kg, for example I am taking, right? Then where should the another child, at what distance the another child should sit of having the weight 5 kg. Now over here 5 kg child must be there, but what should be the distance, right, to make it horizontal? Now again equilibrium condition we need to take, that your anti-clockwise movement is equal to the clockwise movement, right? So for this, the anti-clockwise movement is what? Force into distance. So force 6 kg, so it will become 6 kgf, right, multiplied by the distance. Distance is how much from the center? It is 5 centimeter, right? So anti-clockwise movement is how much? 30 kgf, and to make it horizontal, the anti-clockwise movement must be equal to the clockwise movement. Now clockwise, this distance I am taking x, so 5 into x it will be there, right? So x will be how much? 30 upon 5. So how much? 6 meter. That means this child must be at 6 meter from the center to make the seesaw horizontal, right? So in this way you will calculate the numericals. Either the distances are given and one weight is given, you can calculate the another weights, right? Let us take a very important example. This type of the questions always comes in the board exam. Let's see, a uniform meter rule rests horizontally on a knife edge of 60 centimeter mark when a mass of 10 gram is suspended from one end. Then the question is, draw a diagram of the arrangement and at which end must this mass be suspended and what is the mass of the rule, right? So first read this. A uniform meter rule, that means the length of the rule is how much? 1 meter, that means 100 centimeter. So arrangement we will draw 0 to 100 centimeter, right? The scale is dark and it said it rests horizontally on a knife edge of 60 centimeter, right? 60 centimeter mark. Now 60 centimeter mark. So let us first for the center. See, your scale, the weight of the scale always acts at the center, right? So weight will act over here. The weight of the scale will act over here. Let us take the weight of the scale is W, right? Now he said it is horizontally placed at a knife at 60 centimeter. That means this place is how much? 60, and this is how much? It is 50, right? Now see over here, as it is balanced over here, so weight is acting over here. That means due to this weight it will go downward, right? It will try to move in anti-clockwise direction, right? To make it horizontal, a mass is suspended from one end. So mass should be here or here. See, if I am putting the mass over here, the rotation will be the anti-clockwise direction. But if the mass I am putting over here, then what will happen? This anti-clockwise rotation can be balanced, right? So first is draw the diagram. Mass will be here. You need to draw this arrangement. Arrangement is clear that 0 to 100 centimeter I have taken for the scale. At 50 centimeter, the weight of the scale is acting. At 60 centimeter of the scale, it is horizontally placed at a knife edge when a mass is suspended at one end. So on which end it should be suspended, you need to calculate from the diagram itself, right? See, if it is at 60 and weight is acting over here, that means mass should be at another, just opposite direction to this, right? So this we have done, that it must be on the another side of the edge, right? Next is, what is the mass of the room? Now for that, what you need to understand, the principle of moment. What is the principle of moment? That if your clockwise movement is equal to the anti-clockwise movement, then only the object will be in horizontal position, right? So for this, as it said, the scale is in horizontal condition, right? It is placed horizontally. That means anti-clockwise movement is equal to what? Clockwise movement, right? Anti-clockwise movement is what? Due to this, and clockwise movement is due to this mass, right? So let us do, and this mass is how much? It is given 10 gram, right? Okay, then first calculate the anti-clockwise movement. Anti-clockwise movement will be what? Force into distance. Force is over here, weight I am taking, right? Multiplied by distance. Distance from what? Distance from the pivoted point. Over here, this will be the pivoted point. So what is the distance? It is how much? 60 minus 50, right? Is equal to the clockwise movement. Clockwise movement is what? Over here, it will become, it will be again how much? So 10 into distance is what over here? 60 to 100. It is 40, right? So W into 10 is equal to how much? 400. See, I am not changing it to the SI unit because over here the weight I am calculating, that will be in gram. Everything is same over here, right? We are comparing the similar things, right? That's why. So over here, what will be the weight? Weight will be 400 upon 10. So it will be how much? 40 gram, right? So in this way, we will calculate the weight. So from here, we get to know the weight of the scale is how much? The 40 gram. I am going to take another examples also, so that the topic, the content must get clear. So what is the question? On a seesaw, two children of masses 30 kg and 50 kg are sitting on one side of it at distances 2 meter and 2.5 meter respectively from the middle. That means seesaw is pivoted at the middle, right? Two children are sitting on one side. One is a 2 meter and another is a 2.5 meter from the distance, right? On the other side, a man is there that is of 74 kg and you need to calculate the distance of the man from the center. So make it the diagram, just if it is a seesaw, then at center seesaw and at 2 meter one child is there of 30 kg, at 2.5 meter another child is there that is of 50 kg, right? Now on the other side of seesaw, a man is there that is of 74 kg and this distance I am taking at x. So this is our arrangement. Now see over here. Now tell me, as both the childs are sitting over here, both the children, then what will happen? This rotation will be clockwise or anti-clockwise? Because of this, the movement will be anti-clockwise, and due to this, the movement will be clockwise, right? Now to make it horizontal, again the principle of movement is what? The anti-clockwise movement is equal to clockwise movement, right? Now for anti-clockwise, we are having two movement, right? That means what is the movement? The algebraic sum of all the movements, right? That means for this it will be 50 into distance is what? 2.5 plus 30 into 2 will be equal to what? Clockwise movement, that is 74 into x. Is it clear what I have done? This is what? The movement due to this, and this is the movement of due to this child. So we have calculated F1 d1 plus F2 d2, right? So what the values will come? So for this you will get 125 plus 60 will be equal to 74x. So this will be how much? 185 is equal to 74x. So x will be what? 185 upon 74. So when you calculate this one, you will get 2.5 meter. That means this man should be at 2.5 meter from the center to make it horizontal. So first thing you need to do, you just need to draw the arrangement. If the arrangement is clear, you can solve the question very easily, right? So you need to understand on which direction the man is sitting, on which direction the child is sitting, or in which, at what point the object is pivoted. It is not always that it is pivoted at the center, but the mass of the body acts downward on the center, right? So that you need to consider in the case of scale. In the case of seesaw, again you need to calculate anti-clockwise movement or either it is clockwise movement. Then to balance it, both the movements must be equal, right? Further, I am giving you the numericals depending upon that. Try to solve them